everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you have any topics, any suggestions, any feedback, any comments, then put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them, or I'll be happy to give you my take on them. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, don't forget, on Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. You can look for my face on my profile pic. On Instagram, you can type in @BackOnBasics. On X, you can type in @BackOnBasics. And on WhatsApp, you can search for me by typing in @BackOnBasics 9985. So we've been talking about a lot of different topics that deal with kind of like mental health, and it deals with your health and my health and everybody's health. It's very important that we keep each other balanced, right? Or we keep ourselves balanced. Remember, I always talk about mind-body balance, right? Mind-body balance. And so, there's like I said before, there's always ups and downs in life, ups and downs. And so, a lot of the times we need to use a number of these combination of resources that we have that I've been putting out, so that way you can actually get a combination of not only the mind focus, but also the body focus. Remember, I told you, and I've said this before, I get up and I do something physical. Today I got up and washed some of the dishes, and then I water the plants. And then because that, I was actually able to focus, and I was able to do, there's a business honor society that I'm part of, and they have scholarships. They give out scholarships every year to the members. It's called Delta Mu Delta. And so they've, all these years they've asked me to be a judge, and I did. So as soon as I was done with my physical stuff, my mind was focused. It was sharp. And so I came in, I started doing the work. I started looking at 80 applicants and why they applied for the scholarship, why they did it, what are the circumstances, what school they were going, what school they're attending right now. And it was amazing. I mean, it took a little bit of time. It took a few hours, but it was done. And that's what I'm talking about. It's just a combination of things that just it's the power of compounding. It just keeps on compounding, right? And so what I ended up doing was this. First, I drank water. It's the same thing that I've said every day, right? Just to get my system going. Then I started, I took out water and I water the plants. I was watering the plants using some of the catch water that we have. And then I did dishes so that way I can catch some more water so I can water the plants even further. And so again, I was strategizing at the same time. I was making sure that things were getting done. I fed the cats, and by the time, because we have, the sun hits this window here the hardest in the afternoon. I actually raised 3 umbrellas. You've seen them in my shorts, the umbrellas. And so, so by the time I was raising the umbrellas, my mind was sharp. And so I made a decision. I said, all right, I'm going to go sit down in front of the computer, and I'm going to review these 80 scholarship applications. And I had to rank them, and give them 4 different scores. And so to me, it was like, it was great. I was able to do it. I was like paying I was super focused. And then when I felt like I was kind of losing that focus, I took a micro break. Remember, I've said that, micro breaks. And so the micro break, I think it was about 5 minutes. I walked around a little bit, uh, checked in on the cats, and then I made sure that things were out, things were clean. I ate some fruit, and then I came back and I finished it. So going over about 85 applications was pretty interesting. So I had to part it in two, right? I had to separate it into two sit down sessions, and so after that, I mean, my body and my mind were were actually very sharp, very sharp. And I was like, yes, what else is there to do? And then I go into social media and I saw that uh, Steve Mungo McMichael got into the Hall of Fame. Most of you know him, some of you know him, others don't. But then at the same time, he's also battling ALS. Uh, I apologize. I know I think it's an autoimmune, it's a nerve disease that eventually just shuts everything down. I mean, he didn't look his best. And so why am I telling you this? It's because sometimes there's things that just stop you. And your focus may be there, but they stop you because now you're thinking about different things. I researched ALS and I researched Mongo McMichael just to see his older pictures as he was playing with the Chicago Bears, and then when he was wrestling in WCW. I mean, he was amazing. I mean, he was a little controversial, but he was amazing. I mean, and so, but then that's what I wanted to tell you is that sometimes when we're using something, when we're using a skill to kind of get us going and keep on going, it may not work because we are human beings. We are human beings, and our emotions and our beliefs and our perceptions and our life experiences, we hit a wall. We hit a brick wall. I mean, things just shut us down. Things just get to us slow. I mean, so then for the next couple of hours, I was watching TV. I mean, I was watching Olympic highlights, and then I thought, man, these Olympic uh, competitors, they are so on it, and they're like this, and they're focused, and their body's ready, and it's that mind body balance, right? And so, uh, but at the same time, they have to be in the limelight. They have to be the ones that are in front of the camera. They're competing for their countries. And so, I mean, again, then I was thinking, all right, so how can we put it all together, right? So that way we'll be able to adapt. We'll be able to course correct. We'll be able to reach out to our support system and so that way they can help us. Uh, and so I was thinking, and then it came up. I mean, a lot of it starts here. A lot of it's hard, but it's hard to get in your head. Once you get in your head and it goes to the negative side, it's difficult to get past it. It's difficult to get to a point. But if you understand this, if you know who you are, right? If you know yourself, I've said that many times, then you know how to kind of course correct, right? Before you go and talk to your support system. And so a lot of the times, um, there are ways to get past it. There are ways to get through it. I mean, this for me is amazing, making videos. It's amazing just giving you facts here and there. I'm actually doing the longer video first, and then I'm gonna do the shorts. And that's unusual because I usually do the shorts, and from the shorts I build the longer video. But this one is kind of like I needed to share with you my day today. So that way you knew that it is a roller coaster. We have our ups and we have our downs, and it's okay. You just have to accept it. And for the longest time, maybe for a couple of hours, I've been trying to accept it. And again, right? I've experienced, I have done this, I have done therapy, I've with others, I attend a grief group and everything. And even with all of the resources in my hand, sometimes I get stuck. It's okay to do that. That's the reason why I'm doing this video, because it's okay. You can have all the resources in the world at your hand, at your disposal, but it's still okay just to be where you're at, just to feel, just to take a micro break, or even just sit. I mean, if you're gonna be thinking, might as well do something, right? Do something that'll get you going. And for you, it's different. For me, it's something physical or something mental, or I do an activity, or I do this video, and then I get so motivated to do other stuff. For other people, and maybe for you, it may be something different. It may be going out for a walk. It may be cooking breakfast, or cooking, or just cooking in general. It may be you're doing acts of service for others. For me, one of the things that actually helps me a lot is just showing compassion, right? It's just showing compassion to people, because whenever we're at our lowest, somebody has to say, I am willing to stop what I'm doing, and I am choosing to share my compassion with you because I want to be there for you. And it's like, and that's what we have, right? Our support system. And that's what we have, our village. And that's what we keep on talking about, the here and now. So that way you're not thinking about the future that hasn't been built, or the past. You don't want to think about what ifs, because you'll get stuck in the past, or you'll get stuck in the future, and your mind is just going to stop. It's going to slow down. But anyways, that's what I've been thinking. Today it's been kind of weird. I ramped it up. I got something done, and then boom, that article, the picture of Steve Mungo McMichael, it just broke my heart. And the thing is, it's like, then you start thinking, right? And here's the kick. Then you start thinking, oh, ALS. Do I have it? Is it because this or that or that? But it's not. It's just, you're just getting in your head. You have to remember that it's different. It's called hypochondriasis. It's somebody that thinks that everything they see is what they have, or what they think they have. And it's hard to let go. And so I reminded myself that no, I'm in the best shape right now. I've been in the past few years. My mind is so sharp right now. And even more after doing this video, that again, I needed to do this and tell you this story, because I want you to realize, right, that we're all humans. We all have our ups and downs, and it's okay to do that. But you have to have the tools. All of my videos, almost 280 videos that I've made, longer ones or 400 short ones, have tools for you to use every day. Have resources for you to use every day. For example, the ones that I'm telling you right now, right? A lot of the times things get to you because of past experiences, the things that you have seen, the things that you have experienced in the past, because of your perceptions. It's the way you see things. Sometimes as human beings, we tend to be very negative. I tend to be very negative at times. And I have to stop myself and say, okay, am I looking at this the way that it should be, with a neutral lens, right? In the here and now? Or am I looking at it with a lot of attachments from the past? So, right? The third one is life experiences. I mean, it's life experiences, the way that you look at things, which is perceptions, and then it's no wonder that some of us are not at 100% a lot of the times. It's because, it's kind of like Pavlov and his dog. I think it was Pavlov. It wasn't Pavlov. It was somebody else that did an experiment with the dog. That every time the dog was in a kennel, and every time the dog would go get a bite to eat, the food bowl would, and the kennel would shock him. So he would just sit down and wait. Then he would try it again, and he would sit down again, and then he would do it again, and he would sit down again. Well, at some point, he just sat down and never came up. Don't get to that point. You have to make sure that you're talking to somebody, and this, again, I'm going to be very honest with you. It has to be somebody that is willing to see it from a neutral perspective. To have somebody that are willing to give you their experience, or somebody that's willing to give you their take of how they see it. I have gotten some very, very, very blunt advice within these last few months, and I appreciate it, because you know what, it has made me see how I'm gonna move forward in my future so I can reach my goals. And again, right, life experiences, perceptions, right, and those things can actually murky your mind. And so again, I want to make sure that you understand. I want to make sure that you have the tools. Remember, you have different tools that you can use all the time. You have different tools from different aspects. You have micro breaks. You have different ways for you to balance your mind and body. You have different aspects that you can use. You have the 5 knows, right? Know yourself, know others, know how to know your higher power, know your goals, and know how to celebrate your goals. There's so many different things that you have in these videos. I would go back and look. And one of the things that has been happening, which is great, is that once I started doing shorts, I usually did a micro topic, and then later on I did a bigger one. So if you want to look like in a library, and you want to look at the catalog and look at the shorts and see the topics, and then you'll be able to find the topics for that day. You'll be able to find the topics that I've done, because I usually connect the shorts with the longer video. This one's going to be a little bit different, but still, I'm going to do the shorts on this. And what's going to be the topic? I mean, how to keep yourself in a neutral balance in the here and now, in the present mental health. Again, right? It's easy to explain it, but you have to make sure that you choose to do it. Because if you don't do it, you won't be able to get up. You won't be able to be motivated. You're not going to move forward. You're going to slow down, or you're going to stop. You have to make sure that you keep on going. Remember, right? You can leave questions on here. You can connect with me on other social media outlets and ask me personal questions. I'll answer those. I'll give you my take on those. Again, right? I want to make sure that we all are part of our support system. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 99.95. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. Again, comments, questions, suggestions, topics, put them in the comment section. And if you need to connect with me and other social media outlets, on Facebook, you can just search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. My picture is there. On Instagram, you can search for me at Back on Basics. On X, you can do the same at Back on Basics. And then on WhatsApp, you can actually search for me at Back on Basics 99.85. Till next time, remember, watch the videos, watch the shorts, look for the specific skills and tools that you need to get yourself going. That's what I do. That's the reason why I'm doing this video earlier in the day than doing it in the evening, because this is getting me going. This is sharpening and focusing my mind. This is making me feel like I'm here in the here and now. So, till next time, Back on Basics.